Hello, hey everyone, and welcome. My name is Chantel Leek from workwithchantel.com, and I just am excited. Welcome to the first ever end of the week professional powwow session. This powwow is for instant rewards agents of mine. What I mean by that is incoming or new instant rewards agents who have joined the company under me. This is a time where we can all come together and, you know, share our experiences that we've had over the week, as well as get an informal training on how to move more effectively in the upcoming week. All right, so this today I do not have any live viewers. That's okay. However, I'm just going to continue and move forward as if I have a hangout full of people. All right, so with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen and share. All right, so let's go ahead and jump over here to PowerPoint. And all right, Google Hangouts is sharing your screen. Awesome. All right, so give me one moment. All right, make that as small as possible. Actually, should be able to do that now. All right, so welcome to the end of the week professional powwow, facilitated by Chantel Leek of Work with Chantel. In today's powwow, I want to go over the instant rewards workflow as well as positioning yourself as an effective authority figure in the business. Okay, and why is those two things important? Well, because knowing your workflow or how you're going to conduct business and how to effectively position yourself as an authority will help create a pleasant interaction, initial interaction with prospects. Okay, the agenda of this powwow, I'm going to go over my bio, tell you a little bit about myself. I'm going to do a debrief of my week as well as a mini training on something that I learned this week. Then I'm going to go into the main topic and open up the floor for any questions and answers, and then go ahead and close on out for the day. All right, so a little bit about myself. My name is Chantel Leek. I am a 22-year-old Navy vet turned entrepreneur. I entered network marketing in July of 2013, and the Instant Rewards Network was the first company that I joined. Through my success with the company, I was able to move out of my parents' home in DC and relocate to Atlanta, Georgia. And just a little backstory on that: I was discharged from the Navy in November of 2012. Contrary to popular belief, there is little to no assistance for veterans when they exit their branch of service. So luckily my parents allowed me to move back in with them. I found a job. I loved the job. I fractured my foot, so I had to quit that job. And I was sitting at home with a cast up to my leg, to my knee, and with no way to generate income to pay my monthly bills or my medical bills. So that is when I was introduced to the Instant Rewards Network in July of 2013, and I've been working with them ever since. My success with the company has allowed me to feel confident enough to venture into other network marketing programs with ease and success. Okay. And no matter what I do, whether it be network marketing or assisting in my local community, no matter what I do, I always aim to help other people along the way. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity that's been provided to me through network marketing. I've learned a lot about myself as well as a lot about other people, and I use the knowledge that I've acquired to do exactly that and to help people, along the path of life. So, all right, so weekly debrief. I guess since I'm the only one on the call, I will share my week. So this week I really did not do a lot of online marketing and receiving calls from my company's co-op. So Kelly, who is my business partner, Kelly and I, we decided to do a little offline marketing. We got some flyers printed out, and we took to the streets and posted flyers, and we got some calls and some interactions from that, and it was awesome. Um, and I guess and it was, yeah, it was awesome. It was cool. So that was my week. Oh, I also in my other business, in my other network marketing business. I also got some amazing training, and me and Kelly, we made an amazing, incredible executive decision in our business, and it just turned out to be extremely, extremely well, and it turned out to be the right move for us. So my week consisted of delving into that as well. But back to some rewards network. So yeah, we handed out flyers, and we learned some things. All right, so I'm gonna share with you guys some things that we learned. Okay, in the mini technical training. Now, in a normal powwow session, the mini technical training will be where I give a training on one topic that the collective group, may have struggled with or something like that. And the collective group, I refer to is the the live agents who are on the hangout with us. After we debrief from our week and share our experiences as independent representatives throughout the week. Maybe most of most of the agents were having trouble with closing, or having trouble with dealing with objections. Then I would do a mini training series or a mini training on that before delving into the main topic. But today, I guess I can go over what Kelly and I learned in our offline marketing experiences. So first and foremost, although we advertise that this business is, a lot of it is done online, you can, although your business is online, you can promote and advertise offline. Okay, and offline marketing is actually, in my opinion, is actually more productive, and it's more effective than just 100% online marketing. Offline marketing allows people to put a name and a face and a personality and an interaction with the information that's being presented to them. There's a lot of different ways of offline marketing, but in a nutshell, it, like I said, it allows for a more personal interaction with people. And of course, especially in the industry that we're involved in, personal interactions allow for guards and defenses to be lowered and lowered and lowered until someone is receptive to what you're providing to them. So yeah, offline marketing allows you to do that because it gives you opportunity to interact with someone, and like I said, they can put a face to a name, to a voice, to a personality, to an interaction, along with the information that's being presented. So offline marketing is great. Now let me show you guys exactly what Kelly and myself did. Here is my Facebook page, and if you guys are on Facebook, please connect with me. All you gotta do is just search Facebook, work with Chantel, my page is gonna pop up. Click that like button, give me the blue thumb up, and you can stay connected to what I do, um, and the inspiration that I provide and stuff. But anyway, let me see if I can find it. Give me one moment. Okay, so here is the flyer that that I made and that we got printed out. Remember, whether it's offline marketing or online marketing, you are a professional inviter. Okay? You are a professional inviter. You are the movie trailer and not the entire movie. Okay? When you meet someone, whether it's somebody that you know or somebody that you don't know, it is not your job to try and tell them everything about the business. Okay? Because you're going to lose people. Okay, you're going to overload them and they're not going to be receptive to the information that you're telling them. The wall is going to go up, and you know, whatever you say, it will be like talking to a brick wall. So remember that you are the movie trailer, not the entire movie. Okay, you are a professional inviter. Your sole job is to pique interest, okay, and get them to learn more information, you know, move them along in the process. So with that being said, this flyer allows me to do that. I'm piquing interest. Hey, do you need cash? Do you need extra cash? Okay, well, do you have a phone and computer? All right, awesome. Well, earn 90 or more dollars a day working from home. And how are you going to do that? Well, this reward network is looking for customer service and sales professionals to work in the online advertising industry. Okay, you don't need any experience, but it is preferred. However, full training is going to be provided for you. Okay, if you want more information, contact me. Boom, that's it. That's it. Okay. So when someone contacts me, then I go through the process, the workflow process, which we're going to go through a little bit later. But this is the flyer that I got printed. I created to make copies of, and these are the copies that we made. Aren't they pretty? They're all bright and stuff. Um, yes, and this was very inexpensive. Very inexpensive. As you see, we selected 4 colors, and we went to our local Office Max. I kid you not, we got 400 flyers created, and it was only a little over $10. I think it was like 10 to 69 or 62 or something like that. Very inexpensive. 400 flyers for 10.62. You know, I had 25 copies in each color. Yeah, 25 copies in each color, and as you can see, they're divided into 4. So they were cut into 4 quarters. Boom, 25 times 4, 100, 100, 100, 100. 400 flyers for 10.69. And so it's a very inexpensive and effective way of marketing offline, just creating simple flyers like this. If you want to know how I did this, or if you don't have the time and would like for me to make flyers with your contact information on it, by all means, contact me, message me. My email address is my email address is chantel@workwithchantel.com. Let me know that you're interested and we can talk about it, okay? But, so, yeah, Kelly and I, we got these flyers made, and I guess the lesson that I will share with you guys in this story is to, before you go making flyers and things like that, make sure that you know your local areas soliciting laws and regulations. Okay. Um, Although you are not a solicitor, In uninformed people or uneducated people will try to put you in the classification of soliciting. You, just for the record, you are not soliciting. Also, just for the record, you have the right to actually solicit, whether people know it or not. Um, if you guys want that information, I will definitely give it to you. But um, know your rights. Okay, that's all this it comes down to. Know your rights. Know your local laws. Know your local regulations, and also know your rights. Okay, and stay within them. Stay within them because you will, like I said, you will have some uneducated people that will try to tell you something or try to, slap on the wrist, you're doing something wrong when actually you're not. With that being said, Kelly and I, we had that experience. First thing we did was we went and we were like, well, we got to get these flyers out. I went to her. I was like, Kelly, I want to get these flyers out. I want to get these flyers out. And I didn't want to go far. I didn't really want to have to like research like, what would be the best place to put these flyers. So I was just like, well, shoot, we have an apartment complex right here, like apartment little subdivision area. Like, let's go hang out, put flyers on everybody's door. So that's what we did. That's what we did. And there's like 150 doors or apartments in our apartment complex or little apartment subdivision. And that's what we did. It took us about an hour to do so. So an hour of, walking door to door and, taping these flyers to everyone's door. I kid you not. We got in the house. We got in our apartment, when we were done. 15 minutes later, I get a call because, of course, my number is on the flyer. I get a call from the one of the employees at the leasing office of our apartment complex. And she said, well, someone from your company has come out and put these flyers on every single door in our apartment complex. And we have a sign, and you guys need to come or somebody needs to come and remove these within 2 hours, or I'm calling the police. Now, me knowing my rights and me knowing that technically by law I did nothing wrong, my natural response was okay, whatever. I actually like literally on the phone with her. I kind of chuckled a little bit in my response. I was when she threatened to get law enforcement involved. I was like, okay, like because I didn't take her threat seriously. Because there was really nothing that she could do by law except take the flyers down herself, which later on that day we found out didn't happen. But needless to say, definitely know your rights and know your laws. I wasn't concerned, but Kelly, she was definitely concerned. She was worried because I told her that the lady had threatened to call the police if the flyers weren't down in 2 hours, and she got worried and she started doing her own research on the, the laws here in Georgia where we are, and solicitation and things like that. But I have pretty much known that information because I used to work with Greenpeace prior to learning about network marketing. That was an awesome job that I had. Once I got out the Navy, I worked with Greenpeace. I loved it. But anyway, I learned about solicitation and things like that in working with Greenpeace. So I had knew like my rights, but I didn't know George's rights. So I was kind of grateful that Kelly did the research. But needless to say, know your rights, okay? And also, you want to when putting flyers out, as you see, take a look, my contact information. They know my name, they have a phone number, and they have my website. You want to protect your identity as much as possible, but also be as accessible as possible to potential prospects. Okay, that is why if you're an agent of mine, that's why we have you set up a Google Voice number. That Google Voice number, it gives you, it protects your privacy, but it also allows you to be accessible to, any and everybody who wants to contact you in regards to what you're doing. The number, that's the only number that she had. She called me actually on my Google Voice number, but it rang to my cell phone. So that's another reason why I laughed, because it was like, well, that number, it can't be traced. It's not, well, it can be traced, but it's not, documented, as a local number. It's not pinned to one specific person, because it's a over internet, a VoIP phone number. So it's like, okay, lady, what are you really gonna do? I'm not about to go out there in the blistering heat again and take down all these flyers. No. So, so know your rights, and also know how to protect yourself when you're doing offline marketing. And I mean, there's many ways to offline market. You can do what Kelly and I did: post flyers around your apartment complex or housing complex, whatever the case may be. Talk to your neighbors. Go to colleges. It is back to school time. It's back to school time. Okay, college is in session. Parents are buying school supplies and getting ready for the upcoming school year. Not to mention, the holidays are right around the corner. Okay, now is the perfect time to capitalize on all three of those facts. Okay, get people thinking about the financial burden of school, of school life, whether they're a parent or they're a student. Get people thinking about that. Get people thinking about, how they're going to go about spending for the holidays. Get people thinking about that. Offer them a solution. Okay? Offer them a solution. Um, that's what the Instant Rewards Network is. I mean, think about it. Even if you're not a parent, or if you're, it's been like ages since you've been in school, think about it. How much money do you spend during the holidays? And how much of a financial bind has that put you in the past? Okay, newsflash, you're not the only one. So capitalize on that. Provide people with an opportunity to generate some extra income for themselves to help out during the holiday season. Okay, now is like the perfect time. So going back to like the different places to offline market, your local apartment complex, college campuses, any place that has a community board. Okay, your malls. Okay, and when you're going to malls, I usually I would say put flyers up at the on cars. Okay, and when you do that, do it like put flyers up in front of, in the parking lot, near like the most expensive place, in the most expensive store or whatever. Because 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, if somebody has their car parked in front of that store, they're shopping there, and that means that they have money to spend on generating income, or and not even spend, they have money to invest into generating more income for themselves. Okay, so put flyers on those cars. Also, stand out in the parking lot, talk to people, or whatever the case may be. That's the thing that I love about in offline marketing, but it's also something, um, I guess I would say offline marketing is effective. There's a few ways of doing it. You could do guerrilla offline marketing, which is, posting flyers and hoping that, posting flyers without interaction and hoping that people will call you. Or you can, do direct offline marketing, which is establishing some type of interaction with the person and then presenting them with the information. You can also get business cards made. Get business cards made. It's probably, I would say, if you don't have the enough money to actually get business cards printed out, same exact thing with the flyers that I did. I can show you how to do that. Just contact me and I will give you that information. But yes, moral of the story, offline marketing is very effective. Before you offline market, know your local laws and regulations as far as soliciting goes, and protect your identity while also being as accessible for people as possible. Okay, so let me go back here. View. Slideshow. Okay, here we go. All right, so topic of the day, or topic of the powwow, which is the Instant Rewards workflow and effective authority positioning. Okay, now, if you are on my team and I personally sponsored you into Instant Rewards Network, you have gotten the workflow from me. If you haven't, take notes. If you see anything within this presentation that's not discussed in your version of the workflow that you got from me, take notes, okay? So, the Instant Rewards workflow, and actually there is a part missing. Before you even go into the interview script, you want to market and advertise, okay? Market and advertise can be placing your own ads on Craigslist as well as other online classified sites, joining an inbound call co-op where they will place ads for you and you just receive the calls from them, posting and sharing information about this opportunity via social media networks, offline marketing, all the things that I discussed in the mini training session. Okay, though that's how you market and advertise. Okay, so after you've marketed and advertised and somebody calls you, you want to go through the initial the interview script. Okay, now during this interview script, you are to interview the prospect, provide company overview information, and book an orientation. That's it. That is it. And when we move on to positioning yourself as an effective authority within this company, I will go into the importance of sticking to that. Okay, but in the interview script, you're going to interview prospects, provide company overview, and book an orientation. Okay. To book an orientation, you want to send them the orientation email. Confirm that they've received the email and are viewing the content in the email, and then or the content, like whatever video that you're sending them to, make sure that they are viewing it, and then confirm that they will call you back after they've viewed it. Okay, so after that, you move on to the second interaction or the second contact, okay, which is after the orientation video. Now, you wait for them to call. First and foremost, you wait for them to call you because, as you confirmed in the interview process, they were to call you back with any questions, comments, and concerns regarding the information that they viewed. Okay, so the orientation video is only 14 minutes long. So you wait for them to call you back in about 15 minutes, or if you don't hear from them, I usually call them back after 20 minutes. You know, I give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe something happened. Maybe their internet connection was lagging. You know, their baby started crying, whatever the case may be. So they got distracted. I'll give them a couple, you know, a few extra minutes. Okay. So if I don't hear back from them within 15 minutes, I give them a call back within 20 or within 5 additional minutes, you know. So after 15 minutes, yeah, so after 15 minutes, if you don't hear anything from them, give them 5 extra minutes. and then you call. So it's a combined total of 20 minutes. You answer any questions that they may have, okay? If you don't know the answer to the questions, please do not BS the person, okay? Because that will set you up, and position you as an ineffective authority in this business, okay? So you don't want to do that, okay? If you don't know the answer, tell them that, okay? I don't know the answer, but I'm going to get back to you and let you know. Okay, so answer any questions that they may have and get them the information for registration. Okay, now getting them the information for registration consists of sending them the registration email. Okay, now there are two ways to get someone registered. And your registration email should reflect this. A one-on-one registration, which I highly, 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 actually it's the only thing that I recommend for new agents first starting out. It gives you an opportunity to learn the registration process and get comfortable in getting someone registered, as well as it allows you to tweak the process when and where needed. So one-on-one registrations, okay? Until I would say until like you've been like six or 7 months into the company, and you realize you just do not have the time to conduct one-on-one registrations anymore. Then that's when you want to start looking at the possibility of doing group registration. But when you first get started, one-on-one registrations all day, every day. Okay. So during the registration process, have the registration script in front of you. Okay. If you do not have one, that's okay. You have one of two options. You can either ask your sponsor, do they have a registration script for you, or you can follow along in the registration email. Okay, so with that being said, you want to make sure that you and the prospect have the registration email open. Okay, so you will have the registration script and the registration email open, and your prospect will have the registration email open. Okay, that email, the registration email, will assist you in walking them through the registration process. Okay, so after they get registered, then of course they move on to training. Okay, so you want to send them the training email after you have received email confirmation from Instant Rewards that they have met their offer requirements. Okay, so you're going to get two emails from Instant Rewards. You're going to get an email that's they have signed up under you, and then you're going to get an email that they have met their offer requirements. Okay, so once you get that second email, you want to send them the training email. Okay, and this training email should have your upgrade link as well as any initial training information. Okay, once you provide them with that, you want to answer any questions and also be available as a secondary source of information and support. Okay, and this is why I say that you are a secondary source of information and support. Okay, first and foremost, you are their mentor and sponsor. Okay, not their boss. Okay, you are an independent business owner just like they are. So as their mentor or sponsor and fellow independent business owner, it is not your job to spoon feed information that is already available to them. Okay? That type of business conduct is not a good business practice to support those who are under you at a detriment of your own initial business responsibilities. And your initial business responsibilities are to move effectively through this workflow. Okay, and if you have someone who has joined, if you have an agent under you who is hindering you from moving effectively through this workflow, then you have to make an executive decision to have that talk with them and tell them, hey, like what exactly is the issue here. I've provided you with all of the information that you need to get started, but you keep coming to me, expecting me to inform you on things that I've already given you access to. You have to have that talk with them, because although somebody may have gotten through the interview process and they may have gotten through registration and things like that, you may find that this may not be for them, and that's okay. All right, but your initial your initial responsibilities is to be a secondary source of information for them. And I'll give you an example of what that looks like. Susie Q, she signed up, and she's gone through orientation, registration, and her initial training information. And she comes to you and she's like, hey, I don't know what's going on. This is not working for me. Like, I just don't know what to say to people when I'm on the phone with them and I seem to lose them. Okay? Now, you being the senior agent in this situation, you know that, well, there's a script that assists us with talking to people over the phone. So you have one of two options. You can properly troubleshoot this situation and find out what the real problem is, or you can assist her at the detriment of your initial business responsibilities and try to train her on how to, be more effective with talking to people. Okay? Now, properly troubleshooting the situation would be asking her, well, Susie, you know, are you using the interview script? Okay? She's going to give you one of two answers. She's going to either say yes or no. If she says yes, then ask her, okay, no, ask her, does she even have the interview script? She's going to give you one of two answers, yes or no. If she says yes, ask her, okay, well, are you using the interview script? Once again, one of two answers, yes or no. If she says yes again, then ask her, okay, well, why, like, where do you feel you are losing people? And that's where what you need to work on. Okay? Now, if she had said no to the first answer, well, boom, that's the problem right there. You don't even have the interview script. So of course you're not gonna know, what to say to people. And if she had said, that's the problem right there. You don't even have the script. Boom, problem solved, and it took probably less than 5 minutes. At that time, you can ask, okay, well, you don't have the script, so do you even know where it is? If she says yes, then, if Susie Q knows where the script is and she's just choosing not to use it, then boom, that tells you what the problem is right there. How can you expect to have success in this business if you're not using the tools that's provided for you? But if she doesn't know where the training or where the interview script is, then you can guide her. Be like, all right, Susie, so remember that email that I sent you after you got registered with us, that said, congratulations, you're now accredited. Let's get you trained. She's gonna be like, yeah, or no, or whatever the answer may be. If she says yes, be like, all right, so I need you to go back to that email, click the link, and it's gonna, send you to the training information. You're gonna find the interview script. Or if she says no, be like, all right, well, give me one moment. I'm gonna resend you that email, and it's gonna have the information in it. So that is properly troubleshooting a situation that you have with your agents, and it also positions you as an effective authority figure in this business. Okay? Now, if you decide to take the other route, which is assisting them to the detriment of your initial business responsibilities, you will probably be on the phone talking to Susie Q for a long time and getting nowhere with the conversation. Okay? And in that time that you've spent with Susie Q on the phone, you've missed phone calls, you have missed messages from people that you were actually looking for, or waiting to receive. Like, so much has gone on because you took the time out to try to like train someone on something that they didn't even need training on in the first place, you know? So that is what I mean by you are a secondary source of information. Now, Susie Q came to you with something that you knew was not in the initial training information that you provided to her. Well, then that's when you try to identify the problem and say, okay, well, Susie Q, well, Susie, here's what I'm going to do. I don't really have the time right now, but let's set up a training session for later on today so that we can actually go through this, okay? In the meantime, I still want you to conduct business, and I want you to actually like pay attention to what you're doing and try to have like some I guess some step-by-steps of what your workflow process is ready for me in this training so we can go over that and dissect it and stuff like that. Okay, and we can get you back on the right track. All right, so that would, you know, that's how you position yourself as an effective authority figure in this business. All right. Or if you have the time right then, you know, you can go ahead and train Susie Q. You know, whatever. Remember, you're in control. You know, don't put yourself in positions that are gonna be a hindrance to you and your initial business responsibilities. All right. So that concludes like the workflow. Let's go over a little bit more of positioning yourself as an effective authority figure. And I kind of covered a lot of it in just the workflow, you know. So as you can see, the instant rewards workflow, it sets you up to position yourself as an effective authority, okay, in this business. And what I mean by effective authority, I'm not saying like, you know, that and excuse my language, but that asshole boss that was at your, you know, that you had to deal with during your 9 to 5, like, no, he wasn't effective at his job, you know, or that manager that was lazy, like, no, they weren't effective at their job. But what I mean by effective authority figure is someone who realizes their position in the work relationship, knows how to operate efficiently in that position in the work relationship. Okay? So with that being said, we have to establish what exactly is your position in the work relationship. Okay? Essentially, like I said, you are an independent business owner. Okay? You are also a mentor and a sponsor. If you don't know the definition of a mentor or sponsor, look those words up, okay? Because that is where you're going to start. If you don't even know like what definition of your position is, how can you do it effectively? All right? So with that being said, you're not anybody's boss. It's not your job to tell people what they do with their business. I mean, after all, we all join this industry to be our own bosses. All right? However, as their mentor and their sponsor, you can provide assistance and guide them in the right direction, you know? So that's why I said, I mean, it's not your job to spoon feed them information, you know? But in the initial stages, as an independent business owner of this company, you are the hiring manager and the employer. Okay, so for all of like 2.5 seconds, you know, until they get down to like, I would say until they get to the training portion, you are the hiring manager or the employer, you know, whatever you want to classify yourself as. All right, so with that being said, you're going to get people when they call you, and trust me, believe, I get it. I get it, I get it, I get it. But you got people who will come to you and they'll be like, they're skeptic, you know, point blank. They are skeptic, and I get it. The online income generating industry or network marketing, whatever you want to call it, it has gotten a bad rep, and I get it. But at the same time, this person is contacting you wanting more information about how to generate income from home. You know, beggars cannot be choosy. Okay. So with that being said, like the interview script, and actually let me pull that up. Give me one moment. Let me pull that up. So the interview script actually puts you in a position of authority. Okay. Um, you'll get people who, like I said, they are skeptic. They'll call for information, but in the back of their mind, well, actually in the forefront of their mind, they are hesitant. They are skeptic. They got their guards up. They are looking for any reason to rule this out as a scam. Okay, so if we go through the script, um, hi, this is the Instant Rewards Network. Hi, welcome to the Thank you for calling the Instant Rewards Network. This is Chantel speaking. How may I help you? Yes, I'm calling about the ad that I saw on Craigslist. Sure, I'll be more than happy to provide you with that information about our company. What is your full name, please? Now, you will get people who they're like, well, before I even give out that information, what is this all about? Wrong. Wrong response, caller. I mean, and in that when that happens, it is your responsibility to maintain control of the conversation. Remember, they're calling you wanting more information about what you're doing. Okay? Beggars can't be choosy. You're like, how dare you demand that you know, I provide you with information about our company the way that you want me to. No, 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 it does not work like that. Okay. If you follow the script and things like that, I mean, we take them through an interview process. We have to even see if you're qualified to even know more information about this company. If you don't meet the basic qualifications, I'm not even going to waste my time with telling you what our company is about. So, keeping that in mind, you can troubleshoot the situation. I take that back. You can properly troubleshoot the situation by explaining to that person, well, um, unfortunately, unfortunately, that is not the way that we conduct business here. We actually conduct a standard brief phone interview to see if you're even qualified for this position first before we tell you more information about it. Okay? Um, if they can't respect that answer or, an answer similar to that, then 10 times out of 10, that's somebody that you do not want to work with, because they're not even receptive to, you know, the process or the workflow. And honestly, if you think about it, I mean, there's a lot of 9 to 5 positions that conduct business the same exact way. Before they tell you more about the company, before you go through the orientation, you first got to get through the interview. So how dare they expect anything different from your company? So that right there, positions you as an effective authority figure in this business. Another place within the interview process that I meet a lot of conflict with is asking the person for their phone number. All right, so after I get their name, and I usually say, hey, okay, well, can I get your name? And they give me their name. And prior to recently, I'll say probably like prior to like a couple weeks to a month ago, I was just asking for their phone number, and I would get stopped with a lot of objections there. I would use the proper troubleshooting methods. This is just standard information that we ask for at the beginning of our interview process. It will work, and if it didn't, then I would be like, well, unfortunately, this doesn't sound like something that you're truly interested in, and I wish you good luck on finding something that works for you. Um, but I just started rephrasing that question to getting that information, and what I say now is, and can I have your phone number just in case the call gets disconnected for any reason? Okay. Phrasing the question that way, it lets guards down. you know. um, Once again, even whether it's offline marketing, online marketing, whatever the case may be, um, the more comfortable the person is with you, the more their guards are down, the more receptive they'll be of the interaction and the information that you're providing to them. So with me saying, oh, well, let me get your phone number just in case this call disconnects for any reason, that's like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I totally understand that. Here's my phone number. So yeah, that's how I handle that objection. And I also, it positions me as an authority figure, positions effectively. It positions me as somebody who is, cognizant of the fact that, hey, things happen, you know. So another thing, well, not even, it's not even in the script, but oh, it is in the script. So another aspect of the interview process that positions you as an authority, an effective authority figure, is the fact that you are not um, just, I guess, like overflowing them with information about the company. The way the script is set out, you ask questions, you get some clarifying information on the type of person that they are, and at the end you say, okay, well, based on this, I believe that you could learn the ropes relatively fast. And I add in there, I may pick out like one thing that they said. I really like your your work ethic, and I would be more than happy to welcome you on board with the company. So congratulations. They say, oh, thank you, cool. And I say, well, now is where I tell you more about the company as well as myself as a representative of the company, right? If you are a agent of mine, you have this exact script that we're looking at, and this line right here, I think this is what really, I don't know, it really solidifies what we do and their future position in the company as well as your position in the company. Um, you know, it, and the line goes, well, first and foremost, this is not like your typical 9 to 5 position. Okay, when you join our company, you are not looked at as just another employee, but you're looked at as a business partner and associate. Okay, we allow you the flexibility to create your own workflow, and that means that you decide when, where, and how you want to work. Okay, so with that being said, this person is thinking, oh wow, so this is like, you know, like she's running her own show here, and I'll be running my own show. Okay, cool. And then that's when I give a little short blurb about what we do and everything like that. But I also ask them questions. I say, after I go over, the advertising, who we advertise for, I say, and I'm pretty sure you've heard of one or more of these companies before, correct? Of course, I'm creating interaction with that person. I'm not just bombarding them with information and just talking or whatever like that. Also, when I'm going over my success in the company, I make it interactive. I say things that get them to respond to me, and shows that they are engaged in what I'm saying. But at the end, after I have qualified them and seeing if they even, fit the standard. And then I've given them more information about the company. I then allow them a chance to even receive this opportunity. Um, so yeah, I asked them, so far, does this sound like something that you would be willing to learn more information about? You know, I put them, I mean, because of course, I mean, they're the creator of their own destiny. I'm not about to, don't, you never want to force information on people or never want to force the process on people. You want to respect their free will. So don't, like, when you get to the end of your script, don't be like, all right, so now what we got to do next is da 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 da. No, give them an opportunity to make a decision. If they have any questions, answer their questions. Also, if they have any questions, most questions, especially in the initial process, remember, you're just there to pique interest. Even in this interview process, you're just there to pique interest. All right, at the beginning of the script, it says that it doesn't say it, but the script that I used to use, it says it. But I used to tell people in the beginning, okay, so we're going to go through this interview process, and if you qualify, then you'll move on to learning more information about the company, the position, and the pay. Okay? So even in the interview process, I am still just piquing their interest. I'm still just providing, like, I'm still I am I am still ugh, I am still acting the role as an professional inviter. Okay, I am still the movie trailer. I'm not trying to be the whole movie, because guess what? After after they say yes, this is something they want to learn more information about, I send them to the orientation. I send them the orientation email, and guess what? That's where they get the whole movie. So yeah, even in this interview process, you are still the professional inviter. Okay, but you set yourself up, like I said, everything that I teach you, everything, the whole process, the workflow, it sets you up to be an effective authority figure in that business, in that work relationship. All right, so I guess that's it. Uh, let's Yeah, that's it. I mean, if you guys have any questions at all, about all means, comment with those questions on this YouTube video. If you're one of my personal agents, contact me. Send me a message on Facebook, email, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Send a smoke signal in the sky. Get in contact with me. Ask your questions. Get them answered. There's no such thing as a stupid question, except the one that wasn't asked. So ask your questions. That's what I'm here for, as your mentor and as your sponsor, to help you in any way necessary. But with that being said, like I said, I'm going to troubleshoot first. I'm going to make sure that especially if it's a question that I know can be answered in any of the information that I've already previously given you. All right. So that is it. Thank you guys for joining me. I am so grateful for that. Let me see here. Give me one moment. All right. Thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate you spending a little time on your Saturday to hang out with me to get this information. I mean, you guys know how I roll. You know what I'm about to say. Until the next professional powwow, remember that you are the creator of your own destiny. I'll see you guys later. All right? Never forget that. Never forget that, okay? Because the moment that you forget that you're in charge of your own destiny, somebody else will be in charge of your destiny for you. All right? So don't give your power away. Remember that you're always in charge of your own destiny. All right? Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.